guys, this is Mina from Roro Designs Love, and I wanted to do a quick run through on how I make my stickers. Not too much explanation, just mostly showing you what I do. I've already printed the stickers that I want to make because I do have some orders for them. I've been selling them on Facebook Marketplace, and that's been going really well, so I'm very excited. So I wanted to show you what I typically would do. I have my somewhere over here. I was working on here we go. This is I think I deleted the one I was working on, but this is basically what I do. As you see my other videos, you're probably familiar already. So I have my sheet, my canvas of 8.5 by 11 inches. I created some registration marks here for the Cricut machine, for the actually design space to recognize that I'm working with that size of a sheet. And I went ahead and I placed them where I wanted them. This is the layout that I got, and I went ahead and printed this at 100 scale. So I'm utilizing as much of this sheet as humanly possible. So that's what I'm doing. I went ahead and printed this myself. Because of the kind of ink that I have, I do have to spray it with a glossy UV spray. And what it does is it just protects the ink from it getting smearing when it gets wet, essentially making it basically waterproof. I wouldn't advertise it as that. I just advertise it as water resistant, but you can put these on a hydro flask, like tumbler, a water bottle, whatever it may be, and you can hand wash it and it would be fine. So let me just get to it. So this is it. We would put in the layer, the layout here, print it out. This is done. My next step is to go into Cricut Design Space. I would go ahead and upload it. I already have it ready, and here it is. And as you can see, if you see my other videos before, I upload it as a cut file, not as a print and cut, because I already have it printed. So the machine is just gonna go ahead and recognize the shape and cut around this. I'm doing something new here. This is just a test. I normally have an offset, and for all of these it's going to cut around a white offset. For these two it's not, so we'll see how accurate it cuts those. So I'm gonna go ahead and select 8.5 here. It automatically resizes to 11 inches down there, and there it is. It's very detailed here, so I'm kind of afraid and seeing how that's going to turn out, but we'll see. I was trying a new thing here with the dogs coming out of a hole. I thought that might be cute, so let me go ahead and go next. I'm going to go to my settings and turn my machine on, and go to Bluetooth and connect the maker. Yep, Bluetooth is on. While that's going, I'm gonna go over here, and actually I would typically work with a frame. Let's see if I can find an old mat. So normally I have this frame that I have set up, and I put my sheet on here. But the problem that I found with doing it this way is that, let's see, if I were to put it like this, it's, you know, it fits in there, but I don't know if you can kind of tell that there's this very small gap right here. It's barely noticeable, but it's there, and that can be the distance between your cut not being very accurate. The other thing that I have noticed is that when you go to put your mat in, depending on whether you're just letting it sit there and pulling it in, or if you're really pushing it in. Sometimes it's they recommend to do that, to curl your mat a bit and push it in so that it cuts more accurately. So it's all depend. I do tend to do that. Sometimes I don't. And if you don't one day and then you do another, that's also going to make a difference on how accurate it is. Another thing that I've noticed that the mat has is, I don't know if you can hear this, that it has wiggle room between the little ledges that catch right here. So if you one day put it in towards the right and then put it in towards the left, it's gonna cut off because of that as well. So there's too many reasons of why am I caught a little bit off. So I've been doing things a little bit differently. On my first video on the print and cut hack, I did it this way, and then I had an issue with doing it this other way that I'm gonna show you today, and I stopped doing it and I reverted back to the frame. But I'm going back to this because on occasion when I print on glossy sticker paper, my printer tends to eat my paper and it's happened that I end up with the print up here being cut off, and this is all I can see, and then up here the square is really, down here the square is really higher, and then the whole thing is off, and then having to worry about where then to place this to match where the square would be on the frame is honestly a nightmare. So I'm not doing that anymore. So let me go back. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that we have the project selected, and we're going to go to Actions and Contour, and we're going to go ahead and just deselect all of the stickers except for our little registration marks. Then we're going to go to Make It. I'm going to put it down here because it's easier for me, because this the blade tends to always end up on the left side when the when it's done cutting, and it's kind of hard for me to get my finger in there to take the tape out. You're gonna see what I mean by that. So I'm gonna go to Continue, and I'm gonna set this aside, and let's see. Oh boy, okay, this one's really beat up, but I actually prefer working with the most beat up mat, because this method does tend to cut into your mat a lot, but at the same time you end up with stickers that don't necessarily stick to the mat. Like, you're not fighting to take them off, they just come off easily. So I'm actually okay with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I already know where this goes. It goes somewhere between 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and it goes right in the line. So I already know that goes there, and this one always goes in the middle of this square right there. So I'm doubling up on the tape. I'm using masking tape, and I'm pushing it in. Now this is very important. I am putting this in, and I am not taking it off until I'm done working on my stickers. So with this, I'm gonna go ahead and just choose vinyl, because it's just gonna cut once at the perfect pressure, and we're gonna let this go. It's gonna just take a few seconds. Okay, so with this here, we're not going to touch anything. If you click OK, I think it actually pulls your mat out, so we're not doing that. We're going to pull it up and away, and we're going to go ahead and bring it back up. And you go back to the canvas and it's still there. It doesn't delete anything. When you force close it, everything you were working on is still there. So you don't have to worry about it. Either way, you can just bring it up if it doesn't appear there, but it always does. So we're gonna go back to Actions, Contour, and we're gonna select all the stickers back. There they are. We're gonna make it, bring it back to where you had it. You always want to either put it up there where it's touching that corner or down here. I've tried also to rotate it, but it doesn't snap into place and I've rotated it incorrectly, so I just don't mess with it. So I just go here and I go there, and we're gonna let that load and I'll show you what we'll do in a moment. So we're gonna go ahead and just remove the excess tape, leaving the square, and we're gonna do this here too. So it's kind of hard to see. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. So this is why I moved it that way over there instead of being over here, because then I would have to try and get into here to take the sticker out, the tape, and that's really hard. So I like to move it over because it's easier for me. So once I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm actually having to laminate this. I'm gonna laminate this first, and then we're gonna cut the squares out, and I'm gonna show you why. So 1 second, I'm gonna show you guys my messy area where I work. Okay, this is realistic what a studio I think looks like. This isn't even really a studio. It's a room that I have that I am currently sharing with my baby, who is 6 months old. Her room is that way, basically her area. She just sleeps in her crib. She doesn't really hang out here. So until it becomes a problem where she starts crawling and walking, I'll deal with that next. I might have to put my stuff on hold or figure out a different place to put this all in. But for now, this is my little area, and you're gonna see what realistically this looks like, because this is all just about a 5-foot long desk. It's big and it rises and it goes down. It's really cool, but my area is very, very small. This area here is typically where I take pictures, because I have a really nice window where it just gives me natural light without it being direct sunlight, so it's nice. And you're gonna see my props and everything. So on this side here is my laminator. So hey guys, so I had originally recorded this, and or so I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. So I'm just gonna use another sheet that's similar to the design that we were working on, and I'll show you how I laminate this. But I'm also gonna take this moment to let you guys know something that I forgot to say earlier, is that once you have your layout completed like this, you would go to your background layer and remove the background, and then you go ahead and save this as a PNG file, and you can either print from here or you can print from PDF, print from wherever you want to print this from. You just have to make sure that it's printing at 100% scale. So on my printer, when I go to print this, I just do it from Word. I don't have any issues printing from Word. I guess from some people it changes how well it prints, but for me, as you can see, I don't have any issues. It prints pretty exactly as it is on there. The colors come out great for me. So for mine, I have to go up here to transform. It used to be down here somewhere in a little square, but now it's up here. And then I go down to resize, and I click on original, because normally it is at fit to page, and you can see how it changes in original. So that's what you want. Original meaning that it's going to print exactly as the file size. It's not going to make it fill the page in any way, fit anything. It's going to go at 100% scale. And that's what's important when you're doing this particular hack. You want it to print 100% the same. And I think that was it. I think that's the only thing that I missed at the beginning of the video before when I recorded this yesterday. So I'll go ahead and show you guys how I do the laminate. It's very easy. I do a cold laminate. I use this brand, Vivid, because it's just really good. It's very clear, and I like that it has UV protection, and I do advertise that because my boyfriend actually has a hard hat, and he has a few stickers that he's had on there since March, and he's outside a lot. He's out in the rain, whatever the weather calls for. He's using his hat, and his stickers have lasted. Like, they're still doing good. The colors are still vibrant. So I really like this, and I do recommend it. So what I'm gonna do now is, before I do that, this comes in a roll. I pre-cut it to be just a little bit smaller than the sheet. You can see there, it's just slightly smaller. And so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna peel the top, and I'm gonna attach the top. So first, I like to make sure that I have a good size. Sometimes I cut them kind of wonky, and it doesn't match up, so I won't use it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, and I'll show you what I mean. So I peel down one end, and I'm gonna attach it to the front, to the top of it. I'm gonna try to do it as straight as humanly possible. Then I'm gonna take this squeegee here. It has a felt at the top, and I like these. You can just buy a felt and attach it. I just bought this because I saw it on sale on Amazon. And I like this one, having the felt on top, because it doesn't damage your laminate. If you try to use the one that comes with your Cricut machine, that one is great for varnishing your vinyl, but it can be a little damaging for the laminate here. I don't know where I have the other one. It's somewhere in my mess over here. So I am gonna go ahead and show you. So I have this. So I did the top. You could absolutely do this by hand. If you want to keep going, I would just keep going and just keep pressing up against this like this and do it. I am not that great at it, and with the amount of orders that I've been getting, I don't think I would continue to do it by hand. I think my wrist would start to hurt. I have heard people that eventually their hands get really tired of doing it that way, and they end up buying a laminator anyway. So I already had this one because I was originally using it for hot laminate, and it didn't work for me. I like the cold laminate better. I like how the final product comes out for it. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna turn it on. It's on cold. I'm gonna feed the part that I already did in. And I'm just gonna hold it, and I'm gonna let it run through. So as I'm holding it upwards, I do this because if I don't hold it up, this whole thing, the whole backing is gonna feed into it, and it's not going to come out good. And I have no issue doing this because this actually guarantees that the laminate is gonna go in perfectly. I'm not gonna have any bubbles. I'm not gonna have any wrinkles, and I just have not had any issues doing it this way so far. As long as you put it on straight and even when you feed it in yourself, and when you attach this to the top of it, it's going to be fine. For the end piece, I just let it go, and I put it on my pile over there with the other ones. So I'm gonna let that run through. Okay. think it's done. Yep, it's done. So there it is. It's perfectly laminated. I don't know if you can see. It's not super thick material overall, but it's thick enough that it feels really sturdy. I really like this sticker paper. So I'm gonna leave a link to the sticker paper that I get from Amazon. I've become kind of close to the people. They're a small family-owned business, and they sell sticker materials and stickers and planner things, I believe. So I've been emailing back and forth with one of the representatives, and I told them, you know, I'm part of a lot of groups, and I also have a YouTube. I'm trying to show people how I make my stuff. Sorry for my background noise. My neighbor's working on their house. So anyway, so the brand is called Zicoto. I think I'm saying that right. And so they went ahead and offered me a 10% off one-time use per Amazon account discount on their products. I think it's specific to their sticker paper. So you can get they have 4 kinds. They have the glossy, which is what I'm using here. They have the matte, which is actually really good also, and I printed something here as a tester. I ended up not using this, but I wanted to just test it out, and it's also really vibrant. This actually ended up looking exactly as it does on my screen. But yeah, as you can see, I wrote this for someone to show that yes, you can write on their matte sticker paper. It prints beautifully. It is a very nice matte color, and yes, you can write on it. So they have the glossy, they have the matte, they have a combination pack of 10 glossy and 10 matte. So if you want to make planner stickers and also die cut stickers like these, that one is recommendable, because the way that I figure out if a sticker brand is worth it for me is if I feel like the material itself is good, and then I take the price and I divide it by how many sheets comes in a pack. So for the glossy and the matte, there's only 15, which is not a lot. I believe for the glossy it comes to about 65 cents per sheet, which is a little bit expensive, but you get really good final product, which I like. And people that have used my stickers will say that the product is great. The matte, however, right now has been a very low price. It's less than $8. I haven't done the math on that, but it's very affordable right now for the type of material it is. So yeah, Zicoto vinyl. Oh, and they also have all over the place. They also have a clear sticker, which I haven't done a lot with it, but it has a glossy finish. You can't really write on it. I guess maybe if you're writing with a permanent marker, but I don't know if I have any examples of it. Let me look. Yep, I do. So this is it's clear. So it's a Frosty clear, like most sticker papers are. Can't talk today. Sticker papers. So here it is, and I'll show you guys. It has kind of a milky look to it. It's not completely clear, but most sticker papers I've seen that are frosty clear tend to be like this. That's what they call a frost. So there's that, and you're gonna see this at the end of the video, but I've been experimenting and working on, let me try to find a good one, experimenting on making true clear stickers. So I'm working on this, and I think I show this at the end of the video. As you can see, I used on the Amanda part, it is using this, but then on the outside it's more of an actual clear color. I'm trying to see it on the camera. It's slightly frosty, but it's not nearly as milky or frosty colored as the other one. So I'm working on experimentations on that. I'm gonna try a different type of laminate for this, and I'll let you guys know how that works out, because I'm very interested in making clear stickers that are actually clear. There are some out there, but they're very expensive. So that's it. That's really all it was. I think that's all that I missed on the first part. So I'm glad that it didn't work out the first time that I did the laminate, because then I was able to redo this and show you guys some stuff. But I definitely didn't mean to make it this long. Again, I do talk a lot. Anyone that knows me in person knows that I'm a big talker. So enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and cut the little corners right here as best as possible, as straight as humanly possible, to try to match the squares that we cut on the mat. So doing it this way actually does away with any issues that you might encounter with the mat moving around, because you're not taking the mat off at all. You're just cutting the corners and aligning. We're gonna line up the corners with these corners here. So what I like to do is, because this mat's not super sticky, I need a couple of pieces of tape for the corners. So I'm going to put those aside. So this is for each of the corners. Perfect. And then I need two slightly longer ones for the sides. So once I have that cut up, I'm going to stick this there for support. And the other thing I like about the mat not being super sticky is the fact that I don't have to worry about it sticking while I'm trying to place it perfectly. So I'm gonna just try to line it up with that corner and line it up with the corner. And one thing you do not want to worry about is if this is lining up straight with the mat, because if the mat went in crooked, it's still gonna cut this perfectly, or at least it should. So this is best as I can line it up. I'm not gonna try extremely hard. I just want to have it match up a bit. So I'm gonna try to stick this under here as best as I can. I just want to tape this corner down as best as possible. There. It's a little wrinkly, but as long as it's holding it, I'm fine with that. So I'm gonna tape that and just tape that down here. Make sure it's flat. And then I'm gonna go ahead and tape this there. Keep this in place. And there. Alright, so let's give this a go. I'm going to fast forward this part because I think it's going to take a little while to do this. My setting that I use is heavy watercolor paper cut twice. And if you're not sure how to make it cut twice, I'm going to show you that real quick. You go up here to materials, and then you go to settings, and you're going to find, it's alphabetical, so you're going to find that one. Go here. Click on it. I'm not messing with this pressure of it. And normally it would be on off, multi-cut. We want it to be on 2. So multi-cut twice. You can go and make it as many as 7 times. I'm not sure what you would need that for, but anyway, just save it. Go back and then find it in here. So you would just type in heavy watercolor and then favorite it. So I already have it favorited that way. It's one of my favorite ones here, and so I don't have to go and do all of that every time. It's just already there. Sticky note I have for Cricut stickers, and this one I have it for my clear sticker paper that I'm not a big fan of, but that was the only one I could find that would cut it, and I had to create that anyway. So I ended up doing something else, which I'm going to show you at the end of the video, and you let me know if you would like me to show you guys how I made these other stickers. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these. I'm going to fast forward the next part, and I'm going to show you how they come out. Quickly show you guys how these cuts came out. I think they came out pretty good, except that one. I'm not sure what happened with that one. Oh, I remember. I think I used the upset one on this one. I was trying something different with it, and I will redo that one. That was part of my experimenting. Let's disregard that one because I chose the wrong design to put on. But let me see these other ones. So this is what I was talking about when I say I like not using a sticky mat, because watch what's gonna happen now. Just take all these pieces of tape off, and I can essentially just pick this up. And it's cut through. Don't think it's not. It's just being held there. So this one I'm actually pretty satisfied with. Because this one had absolutely no offset at all. So I'm happy with it. So just take them off like this. There. There. These are just freebies here that I like to make. This one was a special request, and that one I did for fun. So let's check it out. So yeah, so an exception of this one that I was messing around with and I wasn't sure how that was going to come out. I think it did get messed up at the top over here, and I was supposed to do a small offset around the circle, but I'm gonna work on that one. This one, and this happens, you know, this is not like the most perfect method, but again, it's better than the print and cut that you can do with the machine. I know that a lot of people have issues with it, so if you're having issues, I definitely recommend doing this. Don't let this you know, drive you from not trying this method, because this can happen to you with the Cricut's print and cut. With this method, you're going to get the most accurate cuts possible. So this one's a big seller for me right now. It keeps getting orders. I didn't think it would, but it is. This one was a special request from someone, and this one I just decided to make because I was bored one day, and I just did that for fun. I'm not sure that I'm gonna sell that one. I might just give it to a friend because his favorite Toy Story character is actually Forky. So yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna just go ahead and package up some of these orders. I'll quickly show you what I include in them. I do include this. I put their name on here. This is what it says, blah blah blah. And then I just kind of ask, you know, if they have time to just go ahead and do a review. And I also have this for my Linktree account, so that they can just scan it, and I also have it typed out in case they want to just look it up, or they can just scan it in, whichever. I put these in a craft envelope, and then I put this over it. And I'm considering selling a digital file of these so people can just buy it and print them at home. But that's something I'm thinking about. That's basically it. That's my process. It's very simple. Once you have it down pat, it's just like second nature, and you just do it. But honestly, I think I am gonna go back to just doing it with the squares, because it's just easier. With this, it doesn't matter how crooked the mat goes in, it's gonna cut your project accurately every time, as long as you place good drawings with good offsets and nothing crazy like this. It did get messed up here, but other than that, it was cutting pretty closely to what I had put on there. I just chose the wrong one. I was supposed to choose the one that didn't have an offset like this one. So this one's good. And then just to quickly touch base on these puppies, I have partnered up with a rescue, and I am doing these digital portraits of the rescues that they have up for adoption. I'm been mostly working on the dogs, but I have a couple of cats that I want to work on. One of them is missing an eye, and I want to give all the pets that are up for adoption a chance. So these will be sold on my Etsy shop, and half of the sales on these, so 50% of this, will be going towards the rescue. So the rescue's name is Good Karma Pet Rescue. So I'll link them in my description, and I will be updating my shop to let everybody know that this is what's happening now. I'm going to be donating half of the sales of these particular stickers to the rescue. So they're based out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and they are pretty close to my heart because that is where I got my my dog when she was a puppy, and she's 6 years old now. So I've been familiar with that rescue for a long time, and I'm very excited about this kind of collaboration. So if you like this, if you want to see more of this, definitely subscribe. I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys something that I've been playing around with. These are clear stickers, and as you can see, they are legitimately clear on the offsets. They're not, you know, that weird milky color that you get from clear stickers. They are literally clear. So I'm working on this. If you want to know how I did this, let me know in the comments, and subscribe, and I'll see what else I can come up with to show you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you make it a fantastic day. Bye.